It's a big day for Ihab, who's registering his children at a local school, but he's concerned for their future.
We're scared this academic year won't continue, especially for those starting school for the first time. Some parents are struggling financially and can't afford to send their children. I'm worried whether we'll be able to continue paying school tuition and expenses.
More than 1 million children in Lebanon have been out of school since the pandemic began. The economy has deteriorated further, and now major fuel shortages, daily electric and internet blackouts means classrooms may stay emptier for longer.
We're concerned for our students. How will they get to school without fuel or afford meals? This is a poor neighborhood. Parents earning little money are in a difficult situation. They can't even afford to not just live but survive. We need solutions.
Some school officials and teachers have told Al Jazeera that in the absence of a clear plan by the caretaker government, they've been forced to rely on themselves. Now, this is one of many schools in Lebanon that relies on an electric generator to even stay open. It says it has enough fuel for the first month of the new school year, which is due to start, but teachers are not sure what they're going to be doing beyond that. They've already started looking at alternative options to the smart interactive board there and computers that school students rely on, and they're replacing them with these. These are the old-fashioned whiteboards. Some schools say that they'll be able to use solar panels, but it's an extremely expensive option that not all schools in the country can afford. Nearly 3/4 of schools in Lebanon are private, but higher tuition fees are forcing thousands of students to switch to state schools this year. Just over half of Lebanon's population now lives in poverty. High inflation and the devaluation of the Lebanese lira to almost 20,000 to the dollar means basic school supplies are unaffordable for most.
Last year was cost 35,000. Now it's by 111,000.
This is normally the busiest time of the year for Farid, but he's hardly sold any academic books. The caretaker education ministry hasn't printed them out this year, leaving mostly imported but expensive ones on offer. The ministry says it's waiting on assistance from the finance and energy ministries plus international donations.
We're facing many challenges. It doesn't mean we're ready, but we're working day by day on a plan to make it easier for students to return to school. If Lebanon loses its education sector, it loses everything.
Loss is something Karma knows well. She quit a job as a teacher to start a new life outside of Lebanon. Teachers have threatened to go on strike if their salaries aren't increased. They say $50 a month paycheck barely covers daily expenses.
A teacher, for example, can help with the salary, her husband, with the rent, with the car expenses, the food, especially the food. And for example, the essential things you buy for your kids. But for now, you can do nothing with this salary except for filling up your car with gas.
Save the Children has described the educational situation in Lebanon as catastrophic. Learning levels were relatively low before the coronavirus, but now the future of an entire generation has become even more uncertain. Sara, Khairat, Al Jazeera, Beirut.